So I'm finally back after a few weeks of not posting at all. That's because there hasn't really been anything to film, so I have not made any videos. But the video that I left you guys off on was my Flowerhorn's tank leaking in the middle of the night. How convenient, but that's just kind of part of keeping tanks. And I told you guys that I would be getting my Flowerhorn a new tank. It just might take a couple of weeks, and I told you guys it would be a little bit bigger than his previous tank that actually leaked, which was a 56-gallon tank. And as you can see, I've got this new tank already in place. This is a 65-gallon tank, so it's a very, very similar tank to its previous tank, the 56-gallon. It's just a little bit longer. This is actually 36 inches, which is the same length as the tank that he's been in for the time being, which is a 46-gallon bow front, which he has seemed to really, really like it in there. But let me show you why we won't be escaping that tank. This is why. All of this right here, this is the third time that it's happened. I'll put everything back in place, and 2 days later, this is exactly what it's looked like. You can see he's done freaking piled up the gravel up here. I took out the other larger driftwood that was in here just to free up a little bit more space. You can see he's done dug up the plants, knocked off the tubing off of the air stone down there, knocked the filter thing off, and he has just completely ransacked this tank. So this is why his tank is going to be bare bottom, and it also makes it a lot easier to clean as well. In fact, this is like the only thing that's going to be going into his tank actually, like structural wise. It's just like an artificial mangrove root or whatever, and I'll attach a little bitty air stone to it as well, so I have some bubbles in there. The only thing I don't like about this is how tall it is. It's already on a pretty high dresser, and then the tank itself is really tall as well, so I have to like get up on something just to get in here, but it'll definitely look cool from, you know, actually down here. And you'll notice I went with black silicone this time. I think it gives it a little more of a sleek look. I think it actually honestly looks a little bit better. And there are two more things I've still got to get for the tank. I had them up at the store this weekend. I just forgot to pick them up when I went home. The glass covers and the black background, but that is not going to stop us from actually setting up the tank. You can see I've got this filter already back in place. Fluval 307 canister filter. Did not do anything to it, so we'll have all of his cycled media from his previous tank for this one right here, and that way we can honestly put him right on into the tank after, I don't know, at least 3-5 hours of letting it run. I really want to let it kind of get clear and get to a good temperature before I put them in there, but I'm not so worried about cycling the tank because of the cycled media. And I know that there might be a little bit of an ammonia spike, but that'll probably go away after a few days. And he's a big fish. He can take it. He's a very hardy fish, and I've kind of noticed over the years of keeping him that he really does not, like, changes in the parameters don't seem to affect him like they do with other fish. So I'll keep on the lookout for it, but I definitely don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. Really, the only thing that we actually have to do is get the filter tubing in there, get the heater set in place, get the bubble stone on the mangrove root, and get it all filled up. So that's going to take a minute. Alright, so everything is pretty much now in place. Got the filter tubing up there, heater right next to it. Got the air stone on the mangrove root. We'll see how that holds up when it gets filled up with water, which is what we got to do now. So roll the time lapse. Alright, well, it's actually now the next day, and I actually ended up waiting until yesterday evening to go ahead and put Chungus, my Flowerhorn, into his new tank. As you can see, he's now in here doing great, swimming around, absolutely loving his tank. But something that he is pretty accustomed to doing, which is knocking things out of place. You can see he's knocked the filter nozzle out of place, knocked the heater out of its slow area, so I have to fix that, but it'll be right back like that. But he is doing great. You can see his colors look nice. He's really, really active, and it looks like he is really, really enjoying his new tank. So, went and grabbed some pellets. I'm going to feed him really quickly. These are AQUARIUM high protein sticks is what they are. They're not labeled as high protein, but they are, and he absolutely loves them. It might look like a lot, but I promise you he'll clean every single one of those up in the next minute or so. So Yeah, he is looking great though. And now that he is now back into his own tank, now we can kind of move forward with what I was going to do with the bow front tank. As you guys know, I had some blue AQUARIUMs in there right before this whole ordeal happened, and then I had to take them out and move him into that tank. So now I'll be able to kind of get everything back into place in the bow front tank, and then get the AQUARIUMs moved back into there, and also get the other fish that I had planned on getting for it as well. And we'll kind of, like I said, move forward with that tank. Still got to get the black background for the tank. Obviously it'll be for the back, but I also will have it on the side right here, just how I had it on his old tank. And then the glass covers, because if you don't have them, well, your water is going to evaporate pretty quickly, and sometimes he likes to splash. So quick little update on the 800-gallon pond. Check this out. Look how much the water lettuce is taking off in here. All of the plants are really, really small right now, but there's a ton of them. You can see they're over there, they're right here, and they're all over there. So that's pretty cool that those are finally starting to take off now. Fish are also doing great. You can see the big peacock right there, the Oscar's right there next to him. The gar is chilling right down there. If it'll focus, you can see him kind of pointing that way. Look at him, look at him. Look at the Oscar. I'll try to get a good feeding of these guys in the next video. You can see the largemouth peeping out right down there, and the other peacock is underneath there with him. So still got a few more things that I want to get for this pond fish wise, so stay tuned for that. Our big pond is back blue. I'm not sure how well you can see it on camera, but we do this. Oh, look at that, those are big carp out there. We'll do this every few months or so, and it gives it a cool look, but that's not really the main reason why we do it. It kind of gives a good shade to the pond. It's really good to do in the summer months, and it can help kind of prevent a lot of algae from growing. So look at that. There's one of the big koi right there, one of the 11 big koi in here. These guys have gotten pretty accustomed to hanging around the pier like all the bluegill do, because they know that this is where a lot of the food is at. But thank you guys for watching as always. If you guys did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like down below. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. And follow me on Instagram at fishing_pf. I post pictures and videos and stuff on there that I don't ever post on here. That's going to pretty much do it for now. So with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.